limbas, elvish way bread. This video is for the Fellowship of the Ring, released in 2001, directed by Peter Jackson. The music composer was Howard Shore. The cast was Ian Holm, Cate Blanchett, and Sean Astin. The film's story is the future of civilization rests in the fate of the One Ring, which has been lost for centuries. Powerful forces are unrelenting in their search for it, but fate has placed it in the hands of a young hobbit named Frodo Baggins. So this was a good movie. It was based on the first book by J.R.R. Tolkien. It could have been shorter. It didn't need to be 3 hours and 28 minutes. They could have shaved off like 10, 15 minutes of it. It was originally 4 hours and 30 minutes. For the most part, the CGI still holds up. The entire trilogy was filmed simultaneously, making it the first back-to-back-to-back production in Hollywood history. The shoot lasted 438 days over 14 months. Viggo Mortensen did his own stunts using an actual steel sword. The scripts were essentially being rewritten every day over the 16-month shoot, including input from the actors and actresses who were all now heavily involved with the characters. So here are some spoilers. There are so many characters and things that happen in the books, it's difficult to narrow them down and fit them all into a film, and I get why they couldn't fit it. I get why they cut certain things. There are too many flashbacks of things we saw like 10 minutes ago. I do wish the movie would specify how much time passes and how old Frodo is. I'm assuming at some point, according to Barliman, 6 months pass. Does that mean that Frodo and Sam have been trying to get out of the Shire for 6 months? It would have been interesting if there was like a 1 year or a 5 year time jump, not 17. That seems excessive even for Tolkien. What I like about the films, at least the first film, is that there is more of a sense of urgency. Like when Gandalf figures out this is the One Ring, Frodo has to leave immediately. And when Frodo puts on the ring in the prancing pony, Aragorn drags him to another room and has a conversation with him. And once the Witch King stabs Frodo, they don't wait till morning to find out it's a Morgul blade and walk slowly until Glorfindel or Arwen finds them. No, they run. When the skeleton drops down the well, they are immediately attacked as well. Originally, the opening narration in the prologue was going to be spoken by Frodo, and this was going to be spoken by Gandalf, and it was eventually decided to have Galadriel do the prologue since she's an immortal elf. Why does Gandalf have kamikaze dragon fireworks? Is he trying to kill Bilbo? I love Bilbo's party. That's my favorite part of the movie. There could have been a scene between Sam and Rose talking to each other instead of Sam constantly staring and looking away, because this is the last time they see each other until the final film. And I still don't get the relationship, even when I was reading the book. I get Arwen's and Aragorn's relationship, but I don't get Sam and Rose's. They could have left out the Wood Elf scene since they don't talk to them, and it doesn't really add anything to the story except foreshadow that Frodo will leave as well. I like that Sam has a lot more to do in this, especially when they're hiding. He keeps Frodo from putting on the ring. Bree seems to contradict itself. It has a hobbit window in the gate and hobbit rooms, but you don't see any hobbits. All I see were carrot-munching humans. And what happened to Arwen's horse once she got across the river? This is a horrible way to introduce a character. Boromir is such a jerk. He wanders around Rivendell before the meeting, finds the shard of Narsil, and then just lets it fall to the ground instead of putting it back, and Aragorn is just watching it all. Why is there nobody guarding the council? And I would have liked it if Bilbo was either in the council or dropping eaves with Merry and Pippin. I wish that Bilbo had been there to see the Fellowship off as well. There is so much bickering in the Fellowship. There was a little more cooperation in the book. Why don't they get Legolas to solve the riddle at Moria? He's an elf, and the riddle at the gate is in Elvish. The problem with Frodo's prolonged groaning after getting stabbed by the cave troll is it's in slow motion. We could have seen everyone's reaction after Frodo fell. It didn't need to be dragged out. I know the reason Aragorn took Boromir's arm braces was to honor him, but also felt a little bit like grave robbing. I'm going to need a boatload of limbas to get through the 4-hour runtime of Return of the King. Overall, this is a pretty good start to the franchise. Do I wish it was more book accurate? Sure, but everybody wishes that with any book adaptation. What did you think of it? What would you change? Comment down below, like, share, and subscribe.